everyone, good evening. Last night I spoke about my genius and the programming I was putting in my herbs and my teas. So now I'm going over my elixirs. I've over the years made elixirs, gem elixirs, and I'm sure there's tons of videos out there how to do gem elixirs. And you can use stones, so whatever in the properties of each makes a huge difference, and you make sure you want to clear those. So you can either run them under water. Sometimes I soak them with salt. I spray them with salt, and then put them outside, or whatever way you're comfortable with. Smudging is another form of clearing. So that's my bird in the background. Anyway, so I just wanted to show what I do for my elixirs and how I make them. So you want to make sure that you use distilled water, or you can boil water, and so that way it's all clear of any anything that's, you want to make sure you get really, really good water, because you know how our water, there's chemicals and things put in our water, fluoride, whatever. So you want it to be clear and clear crystals. So the clear crystals can go directly in water. So I have one right in front of me. Okay, I like to use clear bowls just because I don't want any energy off of different colored bowls. So clear, I find, is best. So a clear quartz can go directly in the water. Now this has already been purified, and I place the crystal in there. So clear crystals you don't have to worry about. It's other stones. So here we have, in this one, I have a shungite in here. And shungite, it's good for protection. And, like I said, whatever stone you feel you need. And so that needs to go anything other than clear quartz. I mean, you can look it up. There's some that can go directly in water, but you place in another glass into another glass, so therefore it doesn't get in the water. So I just fill it up so it doesn't, you don't want to overfill it so the water gets in with the shungite. And then, so that's how you would do stones that are not good to stick directly in water, because of the properties that they have in them can be pretty harmful. And this one is a organ. This one I got from Dr. Kimberly when I went on the retreat. So this one particularly, attracts money, prosperity, and it's got organ in it, which is good protection. So what I did is I placed it right on top of another, like in another bowl, in a bigger bowl, because you can't put it directly in water because of the properties that are in them. So if you ever have any question, you still get the same energy from that crystal, Brody. And for especially, anything that's got sparkles in it, like this does. Anything that's got, I have one that's got coils in it here that I have done, and it's got several different, it's got organ in it also. That one, and see, it's got a plate on the bottom, which is stone, though, and it has a million different properties in it that I won't bore you to go into, but that also, too, you wouldn't want to place right into water and then ingest it. And I'm talking about ingesting these elixirs. So I've been doing this for quite a few years. And I find that whatever energy I might need, it's good. They're like flower essences. I have tons of flower essences. These I got. This one is lavender. So from the different flowers I've gotten from Flower Power, Aisha Lerner. If you ever want to check out her site for flower essences, she's got a ton of them. I have collected a ton of them, in the last couple years, and I want to program them in the Genius so that way I'll know, and I've been meaning to do it, but I have so many that I drag my feet on it. It's going to take a while. But when you first do the Genius, okay, here it's, you put your name and your birth date in there. And you have, of course, a passcode, a private code you put in so nobody can hack into it. And then it records your voice. So this is why the frequency of your voice helps. So you press the, okay, here's the record, is right here, the record button. You can see it right up there. Probably can't, but. So I press it, and I go A-E-I-O-U, 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 A-E-I, and then, okay, and then it stops. So you'll say it'll go to 0 when you're done. And then you press, so it goes off your voice harmonics. So you press the voice harmonics, and it's programming all your frequencies. And then and then you go on to the next where you take a picture. So that's how it gets to know you, your frequency. You don't necessarily always, and here it comes up with it's analyzing my voice. Okay, and then it's the voice algorithms are complete, so I continue. And then here is where I put a photo of myself in. And that brings up, your aura. So if I take a picture of myself and do it right in here, I press on the photo and camera, and then it just says selfie on it. So I take a pic, and then it comes up, okay, and then crop. So it'll crop the picture into the Genius, and there's my picture in there. And then now it'll begin the analysis. So it's analyzing. So, and then I continue. And you can program positive thoughts in there too. Powerful entrainment frequencies that, like I am powerful. I am healthy. And then I'm going to skip that because it's right now. But you can do that. And then you go begin analysis. And right now, it's just analyzing my mind, body, and my biofields, mind, body fields, and it also will, you can get your aura. Actually, my aura isn't too bad today, which is pretty good. And I can show you an example of. Okay, so this is the aura that comes up. Probably can't even see it, the colors. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there are a lot of bright colors in there. I take my avatar out of the middle. So hide the avatar. Though I have, obviously, the orange and the, let me put it up close. And the yellow rings are control, which I am. Yellow comes up a lot with me because of the fact that I'm pretty much owned by a corporation, by Monarch, and they're always around, checking on me. Nice, aren't they? But other than that, the blue looks good, the purple, You know, it's when it's muddy colors, and it is muddy on the outside, and there's a little muddy green in there too. So that can be jumping, that can be control. You know, it goes to show that I obviously have somebody on my back at the moment, which happens. It happens. I mean, nobody always has a perfect aura, but that gives you an idea. And then, you know, you can go back and go into your spiritual protection, which is pretty high. It's anywhere between 400 and 600, and this is 572 for my spiritual protection. And if I press my spiritual protection right now, non-beneficial cords cut. I have been working on the non-beneficial cords cut. But I have to worry about all dark energies, clearing those. Make sure I get those cleared out. My psychic attack is lowered. So anyway, that's how I can, and I can go back and look at this and compare it to like tomorrow or next week. And the libraries that I have in here are really exciting because they tell everything. I mean, I have relationship panels. I have ones that tell me if I have an imposter on my property. Ones that are, I call them woo-woo panels that I get from Dr. Kim. And just tell if you have any beings that are on your back or who you're connected to. So gives a lot of information. I can, you know, find out anything about anything, anybody, through this program, which is amazing. So anyway, that's the exciting thing about it, is the frequencies don't lie, and the frequencies that come up. And yes, I mean, it's just a tool. So you really tune in psychically, and usually I'll be like, oh, what's going on here? You know, I feel something funny. And what I'll do is I'll go in, and sure enough, it'll be like, okay, you've got, like for example, my dog acts up sometimes at night. Well, then I find out there's entities that are outside my house, or there's someone outside my house. I tend to get watched occasionally, so. Also, too, I have my dog programming in here. I have my kids programmed in. If they have any problems, you know, I'll just, you know, if they ask, I'll look them up. And like if they have an ache of pain, and I also have looked them up to see their positions also in the Super Soldier programs, / Secret Space program. And so you can get a lot of information through it, which is great. So my throat is really dry. My allergies. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to do my crystals. But in order to make the elixirs, you need, once you put them in the, oh, they're really getting me. I am sorry. I'm getting jabbed in the throat. Sorry. It happens. They don't want me doing it. But anyway, so what you do is you take whatever crystal you put in. This one I put my teacher crystal in because I was running out of it. And this is a teacher crystal. So it's sitting in another glass in this big bowl. And so what I want to do is, take, once you do that, you seal it with saran wrap. So I take some saran wrap and seal it. Seal the bowl, good. And then you can let it sit. Sometimes, like in the winter weather, I don't necessarily put it outside because it gets cold and might freeze. So as long as it sits for, and usually I'll leave it a couple days. Summertime, I'll put it out in the sunlight, and I'll leave it a couple days outside. And so it gives it a chance for all the energies to intermix. And, you know, usually that's enough time. So the thing of it is when you, after you, you know, you have the saran wrap in it, and it's been a few days, you bring it in, or if it's in the house, then what I do is, what you want to do is you take the saran wrap off, obviously. Okay, so you take the saran wrap off. Now, for storing purposes, also too, you can either take the, what I have is bottles. I got them on Amazon. So these blue cobalt bottles. This one has my Vogel crystal in it, and there's some in there still. So why the dark glass? It's more protection, and that way you want to store them in dark places and kind of cool. I've got mine right now and had them all summer up in my great room, which I make sure there's no in a shaded area. Or you can, if you have a basement, but sometimes basements, you really don't want to, I don't like energy at basements. If you've seen any of my videos of what I experience in basements. But anyway, so you can use a, where did I put it? A funnel. So you can pour it, remove the crystal, remove the bowl. So I removed the pyramid out. Remove the dish it was just sitting in it. Take that out, and then you can pour that, take the bowl and take your bottle, put the funnel in the bottle and pour it in that way. If you have a smaller tincture, which it's still the better way to go, actually, because these have got a lot of water in it, like a clear crystal. I would probably do the same, as long as everything is sanitized. So you want to make sure you sanitize your funnel and your bottles. So and you can reuse bottles. I have this one here. I reuse. This has my crystal bowl, which is my crystal singing bowl, which is clear quartz, and it is very high. It's third eye frequency. So I can actually take it, put a bowl in here, and get the energies into a elixir with my crystal bowl. Also, too, just put a glass, easily in there, and put water in it, and then seal it and let the energies take over. So, and if you're going to reuse any bottles that you have, I boil them, and I boil also the syringe. And if you have it small enough, you can probably take it, and transfer it that way, as long as these have been sanitized. And even when I bought them, I bought these on Amazon. These big, cool. They came in like 12. You can also get the brown bottles too. They have brown bottles, and I think there was 12 in this box. So I have one box out here that's all full, and I have another one upstairs. So when I need them, I take it out, and what I'll do is I'll take the syringe, and I'll put it in here, and I'll load my bottle like that. Or if you have a tiny funnel that could possibly fit in here, you can pour it into there and just watch it that it doesn't overflow. So you can have a lot of fun making these. You can buy them too. I've bought them over, these are frequency ones, which is, this one's intimacy. This one is, and this is from, I'm trying to remember the company I got it from. Interdimensional Travel. And I've got Broadcasting Love. But you can do that with a rose quartz. So rose quartz emanates the frequency of love. So clear quartz clears energies, though, but you want to make sure you clear your crystals on a regular basis because of the fact that the energies will attach to the crystals. That's why especially you want to clear them before you make elixirs. Even if it's around your house and you just cleared it last week, you want to make sure you clear it right before. So those are ways of you know, these are cobalt blue bottles and they have brown bottles. I mean, I suppose you could use any dark glass bottle. Just make sure you sanitize it. You want to make sure that it's sanitized and it doesn't have any residue of any kind on it from whatever was in there before. And then to preserve them, they last a lot longer. I take this is brandy. And what I do is, what the brandy does is preserve it longer. And a lot of companies that do elixirs will do it this way, and some will come with no alcohol at all, and it's very little. So in this size bottle, what I do is I would put probably up to here with alcohol, and that should preserve it well. And when you can taste the alcohol when you ingest the elixir. So what I'm doing now is when I take it, usually take a drop. You can intuitively tune in on how much you might need, and under the tongue. So under the tongue. And that one I just took was the intimacy one. And I just realized that my twin flame crystal went missing. Does anybody have that happen? I've had crystals that have gone missing and I found them like a year later, some random place. I think the elementals sometimes do that. So that's pretty interesting because I always have it out on my mantle. So that's really interesting. So anyway, and then you can store them in a cool, dark, if you have a cabinet. I put some of mine in a cabinet. I have a big bin that has tons of drawers, and I stick it in a closet. So then I just pull it out, and I have them all listed. And so that way, I store them that way. So basically, you can, other than clear quartz, I know you have to look it up which ones you can actually put in without it being any kind of toxicity. So basically that is what how I make them and store them. And like I said, as long as everything's sanitized, cleansed, and then I'm going to put them in I'm going to put them all, it's going to be a project, but I have a lot more of my vibrational and flower essences than I do of herbs and of my teas. So it'll take me a while. So that way I can pull it up and find out what I need for the day. Intuitively, obviously, you can figure out what you might need. If you're stressed out, then you'll want a essence for stress. So you can use stones too. Also, so you can use stones. I have a jade stone here. I need to do that actually. So you can just place that in a small glass. I use this is a little shot glass. So you can stick it right in there and then put it in the water. So it's in there and then seal it with saran wrap. So, it's fun. I do also lotions and oils. And I just like making concoctions. It's in my DNA, I think. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped. And like I said, there's other sites too that give a lot of information on how to make gems, stones, elixirs. oils, lotions. But I just wanted to share this to you all. And I hope you all have a great night. And thank you for watching. Alrighty, bye.